Most human stories end quietly, faded memories in a family tree. Born, lived, forgotten. No grand legacy, no lasting influence. Just another name lost to time. But you are not destined for that silence. You are here to become the most influential individual your lineage has ever known. This demands abandoning easy comforts, rejecting average living, and forging a life so impactful, so undeniable, that future generations will either speak your name with reverence or acknowledge it with caution. This journey isn't about being universally liked. It's about being profoundly remembered. Machiavelli didn't write for the timid. He wrote for those willing to strategically outthink, outwork, and outlast their challenges, even when those challenges stem from within their own circle. Your origins gave you a name, but you are here to imbue that name with powerful meaning. If you're ready to shed hesitation, if you're prepared to become the most formidable and respected version of yourself, if you're ready to transcend every past limitation, then keep watching. This isn't just a video. It's a declaration of a profound personal revolution, challenging every unseen constraint that held your lineage back. So before we go further, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. What I reveal next reshapes your world forever. Let's begin. Part 1. The Inner Architect, Forging Power in Solitude. Before you can build anything truly lasting, you must understand the foundation you're building upon. This begins by truly seeing yourself and your past. Your personal history is a narrative, often shaped by caution, past setbacks, mere survival, and quiet compromise. Many of your ancestors simply endured. They didn't lead. They settled for existence. They didn't forge legacies. You inherited aspects of this narrative, unspoken rules like be modest, don't stand out, fit in, play it safe, be grateful for what you have. That inherited script concludes with you. Because if you aim to become the most impactful individual your lineage has ever seen, your first act must be to strategically dismantle the old blueprint. Machiavelli would have found humor in a reliance on humility and passive continuation. He knew what many fail to accept. True influence is cultivated, not merely inherited. And lasting impact isn't passively received. It's earned, strategically acquired, and forged through determination and unwavering ambition. The clarity of disconnection. Many people navigate life with blurred vision, not due to a lack of intelligence, but because they are rarely alone long enough to see clearly. They exist in a fog of constant chatter, external opinions, shifting emotions, and endless noise. Constantly surrounded, they unknowingly adopt beliefs that were never truly their own. They react, conform, follow, and most significantly, they remain blind to their own illusions, because there's always someone nearby to help maintain the pretense. But the individual who deliberately seeks solitude, they shed all of that. The social masks crack, the self-deceptions melt away, and for the first time, they perceive what most people never will: unfiltered truth. This deliberate quietness isn't just a luxury, it's a strategic asset. The profound truths you uncover in silence give you a distinct advantage. Machiavelli understood this intimately. When he faced political exile, he didn't waste time lamenting. He withdrew, he observed. He studied human nature without external distortions. He found many prioritize appearances. Allegiance is often conditional. Caution is more reliable than affection, and effective leadership is desired. These are truths polite society often avoids, but in isolation, Machiavelli confronted them. And because he did, he could anticipate human behavior with the precision of a master strategist. How much clearer would your perspective be if you deliberately detached from constant external noise? No subtle reinforcement of flaws, no social media's false status, no superficial conversations, Just you confronting the unvarnished facts. It's demanding, uncomfortable, but real. Face reality without illusion, and you gain strategic leverage. While others make emotional decisions, you calculate. While they pursue fleeting pleasures, you position. While they play roles they were taught, you thoughtfully craft your own narrative. That's what solitude offers, profound insight that others struggle to attain. You perceive genuine respect, true caution, convenient pleasantries. You see subtle deceptions. And you stop deceiving yourself. That's when your influence becomes authentic, built on undeniable, clear observation. The forge of the mind. Deliberate quietness removes flattering distractions. It compels you to confront any complacency, emotional dependencies, misguided goals, or false identities. Endure this, and something rare happens. You desire clarity, not to always be proven right. That clarity gives you a profound advantage. You'll perceive patterns others miss, vulnerabilities they overlook, power dynamics unfolding while they're caught in emotion. You'll become remarkably effective. Many influential historical figures sought solitude, not from dislike of people, but because they valued unfiltered truth more than constant connection. Truth, unvarnished, challenging, is primarily found in deliberate quietness. You can't access it when seeking universal liking, fearing discomfort, or reliant on validation. Access it alone, when there's no one left to mislead, not even yourself. If you desire genuine insight, not fleeting motivation, strategic influence, not superficial success, to truly understand the world, step away. Stay until illusions fade. Then you'll return as something rare, an individual who acts and sees the entire game differently. That is the foundation of unshakable influence. Breaking the chains of dependency. Many aren't truly free, not by literal confinement, but by psychological reliance on others. Reliant on attention, praise, being liked. They struggle without it. That makes them vulnerable, because dependency is a significant constraint. Machiavelli warned, depending on others for self-worth leads to faltering when connections shift. Many live with apprehension of being alone because their confidence isn't intrinsic. It's external. They struggle to think independently or act without approval. But the individual who breaks this pattern, choosing deliberate quietness over external approval, becomes truly formidable. They are no longer externally guided. They don't seek constant affection or popularity. They choose themselves. Solitude compels you to stand on your own insights, trust your instincts, become mentally self-sufficient. That's the bedrock of genuine influence, acting without seeking permission, proceeding without hesitation, building without needing applause. Practically, emotional dependency makes you predictable. Your actions are easily anticipated. This is influence, and you inadvertently grant it. Choose deliberate quietness, and you remove their leverage. They cannot influence someone not reliant on them. Society subtly conditions fear of being alone, because a person comfortable in solitude cannot be easily managed. Machiavelli didn't idealize human nature. He observed its practical realities. People are driven by fundamental needs: security, connection, status, which can be strategically leveraged. Detach from these external cravings, and you become unshakable. Strategic time management, the invisible advantage. Influential figures, leaders, strategists, cultivate solitude, not from antisocial tendencies, but because profound influence requires thoughtful distance. Constant proximity can breed over-familiarity, diminishing respect, creating vulnerability. To be respected, cultivate space. To seek influence, navigate independently. The autonomous individual moves faster, sees clearer, acts without compromise. Practically, solitude means thoughtfully declining energy-depleting invitations. stepping back from connections offering comfort but no growth. Accepting misunderstanding for larger goals. It's choosing focused periods of deep thinking, planning and building, while others are caught in superficial interactions and distractions. It's demanding, not glamorous, not popular, but it's how the most astute minds in history built their enduring impact. Machiavelli studied influence through psychological insights, strategic application, and precise observation, and he did it autonomously. Can you detach from constant external attention, step back from superficial connections, trust your own inner guidance over crowd noise? If so, you're ahead. Most never escape dependency's trap. They chase affection, applause, belonging. But the individual who builds without needing, thinks without validation, acts autonomously, that individual is formidable. They don't need to be liked or explained. They need nothing external, and because of that, they can achieve significant impact. The truth uncovered in stillness. Many use others as emotional support, avoiding self-confrontation. Truth: if you cannot comfortably exist alone without mental distress, you lack fundamental self-command. Power requires sovereignty over yourself, tested when no one's watching, no one's affirming. Psychologically, your brain adapts to its environment. Constant chatter creates chaos. Strategic isolation compels the mind to confront itself. This is where many face challenge. Alone, no one to blame, no distractions, no superficial comfort. Just you and truth. Truth exposes areas for growth, challenges excuses. Endure this, and profound clarity develops. You gain emotional independence. You become an individual who doesn't need. You choose. And that makes you remarkably effective. Machiavelli: it is much safer to inspire caution than affection. Affection depends on closeness, emotion. Caution builds at a distance, maintained without emotional engagement. It requires self-command. Solitude trains this. It teaches self-regulation, mental resilience, clarity. Emerging from solitude, you return transformed, composed, sharper, focused, strategically quieter, unperturbed by opinions, uninterested in drama, resilient to distractions. People will say you've changed. Good. You're not cultivating influence to be universally liked. You're cultivating it to be respected, effective, and indispensable. The strategic advantage of solitude. So yes, cultivate quietness. Step back. Eliminate the noise and build what no one anticipates. Master solitude. Master anything. You can't sharpen a blade in a storm, nor your mind in constant noise. Today's world is addicted to noise, notifications, conversations, clutter. Everyone's speaking, no one's thinking. Many drown in input, never develop original thought. If you don't make space for stillness, your mind won't become a formidable asset. Machiavelli understood this. He wrote from exile, using silence not to lament, but to observe, sharpen understanding of human nature, refine insights. He produced a blueprint that guides leaders, written in stillness, with precision. Noise makes your mind reactive. Strategic quietness makes it discerning. Consistently around people you think like them, absorb fears, limits, mediocrity. You conform. Solitude breaks that. It pulls you out, lets you see from above. Alone, vision sharpens, judgment strengthens. Harder to mislead. Influential figures cultivate quiet reflection before they rise. It's refinement. You cannot build a fortress in a marketplace, develop precision distracted, or cultivate mental dominance emotionally entangled. Solitude is not loneliness, it's strategic detachment. Part 2. The enduring legacy, crafting your impact. The strategic value of managed time. There's a hidden resource more valuable than money, scarcer than unwavering commitment, and more impactful when strategically managed than any direct action. Time. Today, many waste it, surrendering control. They operate reactively, chase fleeting pleasures, engage with people they don't need. They are guided by distractions, by others, agendas. But the individual who cultivates solitude, they own their time. Time, strategically leveraged, is the greatest advantage. Machiavelli saw this. He had autonomy over his hours. While others played games, he studied. While they debated, he calculated. While they pursued favor, he built clarity and solitude. Machiavellian truth: you cannot effectively lead anything until you command your time, and you cannot command your time while you are constantly surrounded. Consistently around people, you live in response mode. You react to moods, crises, pace, noise. Solitude is a tactical advantage. It allows escape from emotional influences, to operate on your own frequency, control your rhythm, control the dynamic. The person always available is often fatigued. The one saying yes to everything achieves little. The one fearing missing out gets lost in mediocrity. The individual who chooses solitude becomes a master of priorities. They use time thoughtfully. Every hour chosen, every action aligned, every move purposeful. This creates a powerful cumulative effect. 1 year of focused time ownership can position you far ahead of those chasing distractions. True influence is quiet. History shapers don't announce every step. They withdraw, re-engage, and shift the game. Solitude is the secret. It provides mental space to think, a luxury the distracted cannot afford. Room to plan while others improvise. Room to build while others talk. Profound truth: if you cannot comfortably exist alone with your calendar, your thoughts, and your long-term vision, you're not fully autonomous. You're often a piece in someone else's plan. Solitude isn't about isolation for drama. It's about living deliberately. Streamline, organize, execute. Your work sharpens, your presence more discerning. Your communications carry weight because people sense you're operating on a different clock. They'll say, "He moves different. He's always ahead. He never seems rushed." Exactly. Because while they're stuck in noise, you're operating in quiet focus, thoughtfully shaping the future. Machiavelli knew leaders needed time to think, plot, and act with precision. Not possible when always communicating or available. Only by strategic withdrawal, learning to navigate unperturbed by urgency. Solitude is crucial. It buys you invaluable time, genuine time, needed to differentiate from the collective. If you desire true influence, begin here. Minimize external noise, master your productive hours, protect focused time, communicate with purpose, and strategically withdraw often. The individual who operates autonomously, thinks alone, and builds alone. They don't just move at their own deliberate pace. They become the pace others strive to understand. The unstoppable force. So if you desire genuine insight, not just fleeting motivation, if you seek profound strategic influence, not just superficial success, if you wish to truly understand how the world operates, you must step away and remain there until your illusions fade. Because when they do, you'll return as something very few people ever become. An individual who doesn't just act differently. An individual who perceives the entire strategic landscape differently. And that is the foundation of unshakable influence. Many are not truly free but psychologically reliant on others, reliant on attention, praise, being liked. They struggle without it. That makes them vulnerable. Machiavelli warned, depending on others for self-worth leads to faltering when connections shift. Many live with apprehension of being alone because confidence isn't intrinsic, it's external. They struggle to think or act without approval. But the individual who breaks this pattern, choosing deliberate quietness over external approval, becomes truly formidable. They are no longer externally guided. They don't seek constant affection or popularity. They deliberately choose themselves. Solitude compels you to stand on your own insights, trust your instincts, become mentally self-sufficient. That's the bedrock of genuine influence, acting without seeking permission, proceeding without hesitation, building without needing applause. The final transformation. Let's make this actionable. What does deliberate quietness look like in your daily life? It's thoughtfully declining invitations that deplete your energy. It's stepping back from connections that offer comfort but no genuine growth. It's accepting misunderstanding for larger goals. It's choosing focused periods of deep thinking, planning, and building, while others are caught in superficial interactions and distractions. It's demanding, not glamorous, not popular, but it's how the most astute minds in history built their enduring impact. Machiavelli studied influence not through seeking general approval, but through psychological insights, strategic application, and precise observation. And he did it autonomously. Can you detach from constant external attention, step back from superficial connections, trust your own inner guidance over external noise? If so, you are far ahead. Most never escape dependency. They'll pursue affection, applause, belonging. But the individual who builds without needing, thinks without validation, acts autonomously, that individual is formidable. They don't need to be liked or explained. They need nothing external, and because of that they can achieve significant impact. The world often prioritizes constant connection. It glorifies relationships. It tells you, don't be alone, that's risky, that's sad. That's why many remain in limited influence. Being alone is not weakness. Being surrounded by distractions that slow progress and dilute focus, that's the real vulnerability. Solitude, thoughtfully embraced, is the birthplace of profound insight. Machiavelli knew this. Exiled, he strategically withdrew. In that quietness, he crafted a precise blueprint for understanding dynamics and influencing leaders. He needed thoughtful distance from external noise. Why? Constant external engagement diminishes mental clarity. You subtly adopt habits, opinions, fears, conform. You mirror insecurities, limit original thought. Solitude disrupts that. It removes you from the current, allows perception from a higher perspective. When you're alone, a significant shift occurs. Your vision sharpens, your judgment strengthens, you become harder to mislead, harder to influence. That's why influential individuals cultivate periods of quiet reflection before they rise. It's not retreat, it's refinement. You cannot build a strong fortress in a marketplace, develop precision distracted, or cultivate mental dominance emotionally entangled. Solitude is not loneliness, it's strategic detachment. Like this video. If you're ready to stop chasing approval, subscribe. If you're prepared to become the kind of individual they can't easily guide, can't truly predict, and can never forget, because this isn't just self-improvement. This is an internal revolution, and you are becoming unstoppable.